Hi there, happy day 20 of the ABC challenge. I can't believe we are this far into the challenge. Thanks for joining me kind of early today. It's only 8:30 in California. So I just want to talk about the letter T. We'll go over the lowercase strokes and then we will do uppercase. So let's jump right in. If you're new here, you can look down below for some information on how to join the challenge. You can join anytime. And the point is just to show up every day or whenever you can. There's no pressure. I'm all about just moving forward wherever you are in your calligraphy journey. So if you're new here, I'd love if you'd say hi in the comments or in the chat. I'm always excited to see who is on and who is joining us today. So the letter T is pretty much the same thing as the letter I, just a little bit more extended. So you are all familiar with the entrance stroke, just a hairline that goes upward against the slant line. And then we have our underturn that starts up at the first ascender. We curve around as we approach the baseline. We're releasing our pressure, so we go from thick to thin, and then we finish up top here at the waistline. Then we would just cross, of course, that T. And the nice thing with brush pens compared to watercolor and pointed pen, which have a lot more wet ink, you can just cross that. Oops, I totally missed the stroke there. These should be connected. The nice thing about using brush marker pens is you can just cross it without lifting. With other tools, you often have to lift when you get through this thick stroke because then you'll drag the ink. All right, so let's do that again. And this time I'm going to try harder to stay on my slant line. So entrance stroke, heavy pressure, lessen my pressure, and then finish up with the at the waistline and then cross your T. Now, as a rule of thumb, you want to cross your T, this crossbar, this is what we call a crossbar, you want that to be about the same height as where you do your letter I, the dot on your I. See that? So just a little tip for you, because it just gives it a little bit more cohesiveness. Okay, and I like to hover mine just above the waistline. Here's my waistline, so that it aligns with the dot on my I. So if you wanted to, you could technically cross your T at the waistline here, but it's just a little bit too low. So that's why lifting it a little bit above that waistline looks just a little bit nicer. And then you can have fun with it. Look at these examples I did up top here with the crossbar. So I love using the T to do a little bit of flourishing, adding a little bit of flair to the T. You can get crazy with it. You can get really dramatic. You can do all sorts of things. Now, one tip that I want to share with you is to try to keep it relatively even. Okay, because you wouldn't want to do something like this where you go up really low and then maybe you ended down here. I know that's a bit of an exaggeration. You wouldn't want to start really low and then go really high. It just kind of is like an off balance there. Okay, so try to avoid that. In some of the name examples, I'll try to also flourish and have fun with the letter T. Okay. Hello in the chat. Thanks for joining in. We have T. I hope I said that right. I think I'm still getting it wrong. Isela. And is that Teresa? Mickey and Helen. Hi, thanks for joining in. Okay, so for the uppercase T, and remember, this is a Copperplate script version. So what I mean by that is instead of having like your regular, you can have your print T. Okay, you can have a brush T that's a little bit more casual. This is a specific script that is on our slant line here. And this capital stem, if you'll notice, I'm purposely starting a little bit below the second ascender. Here's my second ascender. I usually would start at the very top, but we're purposely going to start a little bit lower because we want to make room for the cross of the T on top. So you're going to connect this to a spiral here that then touches the second ascender. And then as you touch there, then you're going to come down slightly and then finish back up toward that second ascender. So your only pressure is really in this area here slightly, but you're going to try to get back to a hairline before you touch down. And I try to keep my oval in this space here. You could use up more of the space, but just don't go too low. Okay, so what that looks like, this is like your basic letter T, is going to be, remember, don't start up here. You're going to purposely start a little bit lower. Full pressure. Terminal dot here. Okay. And it's really basic. A couple things to note is the oval that you maintain here. You don't want it too circular. Okay, and remembering to keep our thick portion of our capital stem here on the slant line. When I say on the slant line, remember I'm talking about this line right here. So see how it just rests, that thick part of the capital stem rests on that slant line. And then you can imagine an oval up above here. You don't want it to be too flat across, okay? All right, so let's do another variation where we will flourish the ending. I've been loving this version lately. So come out with a backwards oval, come back, touch down the baseline, and you can stop here. You could keep going if you wanted to, but I'm gonna just keep it there. And then I'm going to start my crossbar here, being careful that as I enter this oval, I want to be at a hairline. Let's bring you guys even closer. Hopefully that's not too, oh, I can't write. Okay, there we go. And then loop back around. And you can even come back and add a little bit of pressure here, just if you'd like. You don't have to. Okay. Now, if you remember the letter F, this is the same exact structure, except with the F, you would add a cross here. Remember? So I just wanted to point that out. And let's just do some names. So I did just these two versions. I know some capitals have a ton of variations. This one I didn't experiment too much. These were just the two that I did. Okay. I'm going to do a special request up here for TC. Such a random story, but TC, I met her. Her Instagram is Inks and Coffee. I met her on Instagram because she won a giveaway. There was a time when I did a ton of giveaways, and it was just really sweet for her to say when she saw I was doing a call out for letter T, she said, finally. So TC, I was totally playing around with your name, and I just think that there is too much space in between the T and the C here. So we're just going to do that version for now. Maybe we'll do some kind of version where we don't hit, let's see, let's do just a smaller C. Kind of wanted to align with this thick stroke here. There we go. It's a little bit closer. So I hope you like that. All right, let's do another one. Okay, so I asked, there, I have hers up. So I asked you guys on Instagram for some suggestions. So let me just scroll right through. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Let's do Teresa. Oh, this is a fun one, you guys, because it's a T to an H. I was really hoping to do a name that had a T to an H. So watch what happens from here. we're going to just add a little bit more of a loop and then bring this back down. So I'm basically connecting the crossbar to the H. Now, if you are like me, you love seeing this. I love seeing ligatures. These are ligatures. When we call this, this is a connection that we call a ligature. Kind of a super techy name, but hope you like that. Scrolling down, ooh, let's do Tatiana. And this has a T in the middle. So we get to play around with that crossbar. So here I could totally just cross it regularly, but I have all this fun space to the right. So all of this, let's use my pencil, all of this empty space here we can take advantage of. So let's bring this crossbar out here. And maybe we can cross it up and above. I like this because it kind of mirrors the Y that I have down below. Let me know if you guys like that version. It's a little bit crazy, but I hope it's still elegant enough that you could read the name. Okay, scrolling through. Okay, so this name here, I had to write it down and practice it because I was looking at the suggestions last night, and this is someone's Samoan name. It's her husband. I think her name is Alana or Elena. Hope I'm saying that right. Let's see what happens if we just cross this here and not add the loop. I think that's okay. And I have no idea how to say this. I don't want to butcher it. But I thought it was so nice to see such a unique name. If I had to guess, maybe Tui Pelehaka. Oh, and I totally spit, sorry. That's really gross. Tui Pe. Now I know we don't talk about flourishing here too much, but something I just wanted to bring up that less is more. I definitely like adding a tasteful flourish. I don't like doing too much. If you guys have noticed, like my style, a really great practice that I learned from my calligraphy friend Young Hae is to do some pencil practice. So grab a pencil. I got this one from Tombow. Pretty cool. And what you would do is you would go back here into what you wrote and then pretend you were doing different versions. Like this P, I could technically flourish it out this way and use this space. It's almost like sketching what you could do next time. I could probably take this H and I could come out from here. I don't know, that might be kind of weird because I'm crossing that L. Or maybe this K could come out back here. But see what I'm doing? Like I'm trying to play around with different variations of flourishes, but again, it's trial and error, trying different things. Okay, on to more names. This one I thought was interesting. I don't know. I want to say T-Money, but maybe it's Timony. And it's a girl. I wasn't sure if it was a guy's name. So if you're in the chat here, let me know. But otherwise, I thought this was such a unique name. Or Timony, I don't know. I wish names always came with phonetics, pronunciation, right? And I totally took advantage of the space on the outside of that T. Okay, how are we doing on time? Oh my goodness, let's squeeze in some more names. Oh, Tanisha, this is one of my students. Let's bring this out really far. Okay, I'm going to write a little bit faster, guys, but remember, do as I say, not as I do. Do not write this fast. Let's see. Tanisha. Okay, I'm scrolling. Tabitha. Okay, I'll try to do names that have a little bit more different letters. Like I feel like these all have the same kind of similar letters in them. So sometimes when I have this situation, I like to cross my T all the way out, and that I kind of take a chance on that H ascending loop, but it's just a kind of a call you have to make, and just from practice. Let's squeeze in Tria right here. Nice and dainty and short. Tria. Okay. So in the chat, you want me to write treasure? Is that someone's name? Okay. Are you guys liking these flourished teas, or are you liking the more simple teas? Let me know. Let's take advantage of this counter space here. Oops, kind of flicked it more than was graceful there. Okay, one more name, you guys. Scroll, scroll, scroll. I want one with a descender. Okay. We're gonna do any suggestions in the chat. Oh, we should do TT's name. See, you join in for the chat, you get your name written. Uh-oh, gotta focus there. Okay, look at this, guys. This double T here. Oh, you know what? But the eyes kind of block it. I'm gonna cross it slightly there. What I like to do sometimes when I have two T's, and if I have space, and when I say space, I mean I don't have something like these two dots here. You can cross both of them, and that's really fun to do. So I hope you guys liked today's live session. Thanks so much to everyone who joined in. Hi, Justin. And I will see you guys tomorrow for letter U. We are getting to the end. If you just joined the challenge, I'd love to see your work. So hop on over, check out the information down below, and I will see you tomorrow, you guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Please give me a thumbs up on the video if you liked it, just so I know. You can comment any questions or anything, really. I'd love to hear from you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.